Could Nintendo's next console be announced soon? Yes, it could be. Anyways, what's going on, everyone? How's your day going? So, I wanted to talk about Nintendo's new console or whatever's coming up next and when this could be announced. Now, the most common date that this could be announced is February 7th. February 7th, because there's a lot of leaks going towards February 2nd for the next Nintendo Direct. Now, this could be the perfect date to announce their next console, but also there is about some bad news or so, I would say, maybe bad news if you call it like that. Anyways, so would it be very good for them to release a new console? Because judging by a business perspective, the Nintendo Switch is still selling really well today. So, is it even the right time for them to release another console? Because they're already making as good of money and stuff as they want because the Nintendo Switch is still selling really well. So, is the Nintendo's next console going to be like revealed on the Nintendo Direct? Because I think that would be a super good opportunity to reveal it. The Nintendo Switch is around 8 years old, and during that time, the console has seen many ups and downs, but mostly ups, because the console is so good. It's super, super awesome. And maybe if they want to release another console, they might as well do it this year. Because next year, they're going to have a lot of competition to deal with. Because right now, there's not that much competition. Nintendo would sell a whole lot of consoles and things if they release it this year. Because Sony's already done their PlayStation Slim thingy. They already did it. And it's already selling, and people aren't, I guess, that excited for it anymore. And Xbox, they might release another console, but this would be the perfect year for Nintendo to release the Nintendo Switch 2, we'll call it like that, because that's pretty much the general word for it. Because it would be really good for it to release this year, because then everybody's gonna be super excited because there's nothing else, there's no competition, and they can just get all of their stuff. They can get all their dollary dues worth of Nintendo Switches and stuff. And I think that would be actually a really good idea. Now, for the time that it could be revealed, I'm mostly thinking that it could be on the month of February. Now, the Nintendo Direct isn't officially revealed to be on February 2nd, or February 7th, but most leakers are like, this is gonna be when the Direct is gonna happen. So I guess I'm gonna be like, that's when the Direct is gonna happen. But I'm thinking more maybe on the 14th. But anyways, we'll see how it goes. So anyways, now it would be super cool for them to reveal it. How did they reveal the Nintendo Switch back in 2017? They did it at the end of Direct. I'm pretty certain they did it at the end of a Nintendo Direct, or was it E3? Anyways, they did it around that time, and then they revealed it, and then it got released a few months after, and it was just awesome. So that's when it could come out, or maybe in the May Direct, May about Direct, and then it'll probably be released for 2025. But the reason why it shouldn't be released in 2025, because now I don't know if this is considered like a super hype console, or like it will distribute the sales of the Nintendo Switch, but potentially Microsoft is going to release maybe a Xbox Pro or something, or PlayStation's going to release a PlayStation Pro, because there's no way they're going to do it this year, because they already did the PlayStation Slim and Xbox hasn't done anything. So maybe they're going to release that this year or next year. But we'll have to see on that. So I'm just thinking that it would be super awesome for them to release it this year, because they could probably keep going for another 3 years because the Nintendo Switch is selling like hotcakes still. But that means that the games are going to be very underpowered a lot. It's going to get worse over time because as the technology improves, that means the Nintendo Switch isn't going to be able to stand up to those games. The games are not going to look as good as they should or run as good as they should, and it's just going to make more companies stop producing games for the Nintendo Switch. So that's why I'm saying that maybe they should release a console this year. It would make the most sense for them. But who knows? They probably do it next year because, on a business perspective, the Nintendo Switch is still selling goods, so they don't really want to ruin it with maybe they're going to do something like the Wii and then the Wii U. Hopefully, it's not something like the Wii U, but yeah, it's interesting. Now, what could be the interesting little gimmick? Because Nintendo likes to do little gimmicks for all of their system. For the let's just go for the GameCube. The GameCube was that you were able to play in 3D, or that was the Nintendo 64, and the GameCube was with the stick and stuff, a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay, and the Wii was with the Wiimote that you can move, and then the Wii U was with the pad, and now the Nintendo Switch was that you could pull it out of the dock and play on the TV, or just play on your hands. Now, Nintendo Switch 2, what could it be? They're probably going to keep the dock thing because this seems to be working a lot. Maybe better controllers or something. I don't know, but it would be super cool if that was the case. Now, hopefully they say something about the Nintendo Direct, because that would just be awesome if we can get news on that. So it wouldn't be this week, it would be probably next week. But for sure, there's going to be a February Direct, unless they're like, nah, we don't really have anything to release yet. But yeah. Also, we gotta talk about the Pokemon anniversary and what kind of awesome games it could be for Pokemon. The Pokemon birthday is about the 28th of February. And with that, there's going to be a Pokemon Presents, and there's also going to be a whole bunch of fun games. We'll make another video on that, talking about what kind of games would there be. I pretty much already did that in other videos, but I'm going to make a dedicated video for this because this is an exciting time. This is the start of a year, a good gaming year, hopefully, because 2023 was actually a pretty good year for video games. Yeah, and also it leads me to believe that they could be planning a new system. Like, I already talked about this, but they are pulling back on releasing physical games. Like, they're drawing back some games, but there's still a lot of physical games. They're pulling back on those, so maybe they're like, we're gotta keep our stock machines up for making new Nintendo Switches and things, or Nintendo Switch 2s. Yeah. And also, they're doing that. There is a whole lot of things to talk about with the Nintendos and things like that. And, these Nintendo consoles are phenomenal. These are like the best selling consoles of all time. Besides the PS2, that's the one that's in the top, right? Yeah, it is, because it's the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo 3DS, and the PS2, which is first, second, third. Anyways, these are phenomenal consoles, so Nintendo's gotta pretty much take their time and make it super good, so it'll be good. Maybe since the Nintendo is usually one generation behind, so you could maybe expect the Nintendo Switch to have the power of an Xbox One and a PS4, or an Xbox 360 and a PS3. I'm pretty sure that's the power of the Nintendo Switch. So an Xbox One and a PS4 would probably be my guess. But anyways, if you like this video, consider dropping a like and maybe subscribing and maybe drop a comment on what you think about this because I love to read all your comments. And with that being said, I hope you have a fantastic day and yeah, see you in the next one.